Hey traders, investors, and stock market enthusiasts, it's your boy Jeremy Alexander Newsome, your cerebral pyromaniac. I'm ready to get your brain fired up with this edition of a real life trading video. Enjoy, thanks so much for watching, you rock. Traders from around the world, what's going on? It's your boy Jeremy Alexander Newsome with reallifetrading.com, giving you a stock review from gorgeous Manhattan in the Sheraton Hotel here in Times Square. 53rd and 7th, crushing life. Aaron, Tomberlin, myself just got back from some video shoots around the city, going into a studio with Real Vision to talk about some trade setups and some trade ideas that I had. And a lot of the crew will be flying in tonight and just getting ready to roadhouse over the next 36 hours or so. Let's go ahead and look over a stock review. Warning, this one will be a little long, packed with tons of information and great content, but I want to give you an update. As you all know, likely last Wednesday was the worst Wednesday I had in 2019. This Wednesday, which is today, was the best one that I've had in all of 2019. That's just the way it works. I love it. So we had a phenomenal gap yesterday on the SPY. Monday was actually quite nice as well. So the first part of June, amazing. All right, so June 3rd through really June 7th was great. June 10th through June 14th, abysmal. And then June 17th through today, absolutely sensationally splendid. So anyway, even though we had not a huge gap today, the trend did continue, and the reason that today was a good day was entirely because of some swing trades that the real life trading team was in and that we closed out today to lock in some gains. So as far as the SPY is concerned, bullish to neutral. Really good gap, moving averages look good, expecting to make a new all-time high very soon, and this 303 covered call is for August, which realistically would not be a horrific place to get exercised, I don't think. On any call sales, but most likely anticipating with a new high, which again more or less is happening. Once that new high comes in July, we'll probably get a little bit of a pullback, and I'll be able to buy that back for some good premium. But SPY long is strong right now. Rates remain unchanged. So the Qs, nice inside candle today so far. That's looking really pretty. Here's the E-minis, and the E-minis straight up nailed it. This was a trade that we talked about yesterday afternoon on the E-minis, 29.1875 by 29.1375, and that filled with the FOMC wick. Just placed the entry right where a bunch of stops were, and right now it's looking pretty strong. So good stuff. Anyway, going to hop into our swing trade journal because again, I did have one trade on a day trade, and it was Lyft. And I lost on that, LYFT. It just didn't continue higher. So here's Lyft, LYFT, and it looked like / appeared. This is gonna have some type of inverted head and shoulders pattern, you know, something like this. Boom, boom, boom. Got an inside candle right there, really good candle there, and I was anticipating it to maybe break higher and run out. Well, it didn't. So no big deal. I will continue to keep an eye on that to happen on Lyft, by the way. But I did lose on that particular trade. Here's the 5-minute chart. I've already deleted my lines, but I got in on the breakout, on the retest, on this candle, pull back on this candle, have my stop down here, and ended up trailing out getting stopped out when I increased my stop on that candle, which is good. And shout out to my buddy Greg, who played this on the bearish rollover and made the money back from the bullish trade this morning. So that was a half an hour loss on the day on Lyft. And I actually today, I was mentioning how it was a good day, 5.5 Rs on the day after that loss. Locked in 6 Rs of swing trade premium. So yeah, feeling pretty good on that. So anyway, we'll see what Lyft does. Same industry, different stock, Uber. This was a swing trade that we played on Uber, and a little bit of a conservative stop, but you had that really great hammer candle right there, and we just simply bought the S-curve on Uber. Again, this one I did exit today. I know my buddy Mikey Oldfield is still in this particular trade. But if we go over here to Uber, so again, got back on June the 6th was our analysis and locked that one in for 0.33 Rs today. So again, small win, but if you're still in, it looks nice, and I am anticipating Uber to slowly continue higher over time. So that one does look really nice. Another one that we had set up was Stitch Fix. Now, a lot of people are in this one because I published this one on our TradingView. And Stitch Fix, if you are still in, it still looks absolutely tremendous. I just simply exited again because I had a lot of trades that were profitable. Figured coming into the FOMC meeting, why not take the gain, especially since I'm traveling and I'll be on the road a lot over the next few days. So just want to be kind of cautious with that. But this hammer candle, once that hammer candle came in, this was the entry, and the stop loss was down here, and just really, again, caught the S-curve on that retest. So Stitch Fix, if you're still in that, congratulations. ZUO was another one. So we got out of ZUO very close to the high of the day. The high was 16.28, got out at 16.16. This was a fade trade that I also posted on TradingView. If you follow me on TradingView, so let me scroll up. That was a 2R win on ZUO. So this was the post, and I'll also show you Stitch Fix as well. I won't go through all of these, but yeah, it was a monster day. Here's the setup, and triggered the very next day. After posting this, mentioned short-term bull for a swing trade, and possible rubber band snapback play was the analysis. Because at the time, when it gapped down below the Bollinger Bands, it was really just massively outside the band. This is a strategy that I like a lot. And once that candle came in and we closed above, I figured, hey, just look to buy the dip. So we got out of ZUO, locked in that move. I'll show you the Stitch Fix analysis as well, because again, I know a few people are still in that one. And then I'll show you another one that was a really good trade, and then I'll look at your requests, and then we'll be done. So here was Stitch Fix swing trade. This was an hourly chart set up, 28.79. With the stop loss down there, and just boom. Really nice pullback, retest the very, very next day. Had actually a few hours to get filled on that trade, and that's where you are presently. So had a few traders snag that one for a good win, and Ron was mentioning the target, and this gentleman said that he's in on 50 shares and was snagging a little bit of a gain. So beautiful stuff on ZUO. That was nice. And the other really, really good swing trade that we just exited, again, today, was Maxar Therapeutics. Sorry, Maxar Technologies, MAXR. So here was that entry. Once that double bottom came in with that volume, easy setup, right? 643 by 503, low of the day, 640. Hashtag holla at your boy, hashtag 11 years trading, hashtag profitable all the time. Gorgeous setup, really nice exit. Locked in 0.7 Rs on Maxar. So there's a few other ones that we have, but you can see the results. There we are, 6.7 for the month, 66% win streak, and we do have 2 trades still open. Cron, ticker symbol CRON, doesn't really look that great, but this is like just a strong maybe. And then IQ, which I don't anticipate to trigger. Well, I do anticipate it. I would like it to trigger, but I don't know if it actually does. So anyway, those are just some quick reviews on that. QD, this was one of our other swing trades that we did get out of. So QD we've been in actually since May the 3rd. Talk about an investment, am I right? And we actually ended up adding to this trade at a later price, adding a little bit of some shares to it, and add and reduce. Got 0.53 on the trade, really not bad. Here's the weekly chart on it, and if you are looking at QD, you're welcome to keep your eyes on this one, because the trend does look good, and we could easily see this one break out higher. So I will come back to this one at some point in the near future and look to snag it one more again. XBI, this is an interesting ETF that you're probably going to want to keep your eyes on. The biotech ETF, and look at this gap and go and volume and inside candle on XBI. Pretty sure all of you here know how to play XBI. If it retests that gap or if it breaks out, keep your eyes on this one. The only challenge is going to be the 100 simple on a weekly chart. That is kind of like right in front of your face. So maybe if it breaks out, look to buy a dip. But
that is all I got on XBI. IBB is the biotech ETF, and it also is looking kind of good. Both of those relatively similar sectors. So if you're going to play one, no real reason to play both. They're more or less going to do the same thing. SOLY, Solution. Apparently, all kinds of traders knew exactly how to make money when they got in here and rode that wave up. And that was a beautiful wave. I missed that wave badly. So SOLY right now just looks like it's going to pull back a little bit. It should. It needs to. It had a megalithic 500% move in 2 days, I think it was. So yeah, let this one pull back a little bit more. Here's the weekly chart, and I would like to see it pull back to 13.5. It might not, but it probably will. If you are looking at going bullish, I would say wait for this to kind of close above some resistances before going long, because you can kind of see like this downward trend line right there. So I kind of wait for a close above that. Otherwise, I would wait for a little bit more of a pullback on SOLY. Here's one, Service Source. I had a trader request this one. Is this the right one? SREV. I think so. It just looks like a penny stock that pure hope, straight up hopium on this one. Service Source is worth 98 cents and has done nothing but go down since 2011. So if you're buying this one, I'm not going to personally, but if you do play it, the risk is really easy. What is your R? And then divide it by 0. Meaning, if it goes to 0, so 98 cents equals, that's how many shares you would buy. So if your risk is 500, you could just simply take 500 and divide it by 98 cents, because that's where we are at this exact moment in time. And that means you would have 510 shares. So nothing spectacular, nothing wonderful. I don't see anything great on SREV presently. Got 2 left. Here is AOBC, American Outdoor Brands, America. And earnings, I believe, are within the next 24 hours. Keep your eyes on American Outdoor Brands. I have a few traders looking at potentially going long. This is the monthly chart. And what I can agree with is this is a very strong support, this 753-ish price zone. As long as we don't gap down or break below that price on earnings, we should be okay. There's no moving averages holding this thing up at all. But you do have a morning star reversal pattern from the textbook. Morning star reversal. So if this thing gaps up at like 9:30, 9:38, something like that tomorrow and holds, that could be a really strong gap. So you can best believe that tomorrow morning when I will be rocking out, straight up dominating the Benzinga Trading Summit, where I will be trading live in front of dozens, if not hundreds of people, American Outdoor Brands will be one that I'll be looking at and most likely and possibly trading at some point. Next on the list, NTAP. NetApp, ticker symbol NTAP. Here's the weekly chart, and hanging out. If I adjust this chart for dividends, I think it's at the 100. Yeah, it's still below. Nothing spectacular on NTAP right now. There is a strong resistance where we are. It's pivot price to some degree. I don't know what happened to my lines and why they're so uncool looking. But here is the daily chart. So yeah, there's a little bit of a support here at 56.99. We've traded down here before. What a lot of people like is this hammer of Thor. Entry here. So we trade up, we rotate down, great spot, rotate up, rotate down. So we have ourselves a morning star reversal with an inside candle. That's a lot of stocks realistically. So can we go higher? The answer is yes. Can we go lower? Sure. But along with the broader market, if we do break higher tomorrow or the next day, I think this stock will also kind of just slowly meander its way higher as well. Folks from around the world, I'll be coming at you on Friday with a trade review, and that will either be in Montreal or possibly New York City. We shall see, but otherwise, folks from around the world, you rock. I'll see you later, and until then, love life, trade it, bye.